I just want to say that today I think is going to be a good day. I am looking outside right now. It is bright and early, 7:30-ish in the morning. And I'm looking outside and there's the moon that is shining up or shining down on me right now. It's one of those blue skies, crystal clear blue skies, no clouds in the sky. The sort of January, February day where it's just cold and there's the moon that's shining. I love those days. It's always my favorite days of the winter. Always. I actually really love the winters because I grew up in northern Ontario in northern Canada, and in January and February it would be anywhere between -30 to -40 almost every day. Not quite every day, but almost every day. A warm day would probably be -10. And so that's Celsius, so -10 is roughly about 0 degrees Fahrenheit. And for the most part, January and February, this is the reason why I love January and February, for the most part, it would be blue skies, and the sky is so blue and so bright up there because it would reflect off the snow, and it would be brutally cold. Just absolutely brutally cold. But if you dressed for it, everything would feel nice and warm and toasty for a while, not like the whole day outside, but for a while. And you would feel you could do all the exercises you want, and run around, do things. And so I have sort of romantic notions or romantic memories of when I was a kid, when I was young, I'd be playing outside when it was like that, playing out in the snow. The snow would be fluffy because it's so cold. It actually doesn't snow when it's below about -15 to -20 degrees, and it's just crystal clear sky, and it would just be like this. So I have very much romantic memories of that, or going people call it snowmobiling in the United States. I call it snow machining where we grew up, where we go, or skidooing. We go and ride on the skidoos, on the snow machines for a good afternoon. And our skidoos were never actually. My dad is very classic, and so now my sister and my brother has his skidoo, and my sister bought one that was very similar. Actually, two sisters bought similar ones, and they're from the 1950s, and so this was in the what was it, the 80s, probably 90s. So the skidoo that we grew up on was 30 years old, 35 years old. Didn't go faster, and probably about it went faster than, 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers an hour, but it would feel like you were flying as fast as you possibly can on this thing. And we also had this thing where my dad hooked up he built a sleigh, and on the back you had the skis. And on the skis, we would stand as kids. One of us got to stand up on the skis in the back and hold on to the sleigh. And a couple of us would be in the sleigh, and we would take turns doing figure eights around the yards, getting pulled around on the snow machine. And it was just a lot of fun. I just remember it being just kids horsing around. And if we fell off, you were not going that fast, and the snow was soft enough that you just kind of rolled in the snow. And so it really did not hurt. Nobody ever got really hurt on it. And it was just the funnest thing ever. Being, just giggling and laughing. And I think it's going to be a good day. I think these days in January and February, when it's like this. They're my absolute favorite time of the winter, where it feels like it's cold enough where your fingers are sore, and you can see your breath, but as long as you're just enjoying it, looking around, looking at that moon poking through the sky with the nice bright blue sky out there, and the sunset or sunrise coming on the other side, man, it just makes you smile. And I think it is the best possible days. I am never, on these kind of days, I never feel grumpy. I always feel like this is my place. When it's like this, it's cold and crisp. Oh, and the other thing I remember that's really amazing is when it gets cold enough, snow actually starts to really squeak and gets really loud. So probably at about minus 10, below minus 10, minus 15, snow gets really, really loud. It gets really crunchy and really squeaky. And I remember that sound of the squeaking and crunching. I don't get that now because I'm in Florida. And it's hard to get that because you got to go pretty north to get that sort of squeaking, crunchy sound. But it is definitely a lot of fun, and it's just it's amazing. Remember we had a gravel pit in our backyard. Actually, it was probably a couple of kilometers away, and we ride to the gravel pit and go up and down on the skidoo on the gravel pit, and just kind of horse around back there. And you'd sometimes get these giant snow drifts, and they'd be, 3 feet deep, and you would go as fast as you can with your skidoo without bogging out the skidoo as you go through the big snow drifts. And a bunch of snow would go poof all over the place. You'd just be covered in snow. So just got a lot of fond memories of, just horsing around, playing in the snow on these kind of days. So I just can't help but smiling, being grateful, and just appreciating, how amazing things are, how quickly life changes. You're at a different spot, but you just got to appreciate it and enjoy while you're here. It is absolutely a blessing to have these experiences. And when I was growing up, I didn't appreciate it as much as I think I do now. And it's the same thing where I am right now. I try to appreciate things a heck of a lot more because, man, time flies. It really does. And all of a sudden, things are a lot different. So with that, I want to leave you. Just try to be as amazingly grateful about everything that's going on around you. It's going to be those little things. That's the funny thing, right? Is that I used to think that all of those little things were somehow imperfections and wrong and all of that kind of stuff. But now I look back and after I've been recording all of these videos, and so I'm on YouTube, as well as all of these, podcasts now, all this kind of stuff, and I hear the imperfections in the background, and I just have the fondest memories because I know those imperfections, I know those things, I know what happened, and I just think it's amazing when I hear, watching some of the old videos I put out, and I could hear the kids screaming in the background. Man, time flies. And it's fun to have those experiences. So just live it up while you can. It's good stuff, lots of stress, but it's all good stuff. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.